Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, then please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. So I've had a whole day to think of the best way of introducing this video, and I'll be honest, I've come up with absolutely nothing, because I'll be doing you guys a disservice if I try to treat this like a normal video, because it certainly isn't just a normal video for me on this channel. That is because today, as you can probably tell already, I am joined by what you could call Cleveland Browns internet royalty, in my opinion. Your favourite YouTuber's favourite YouTuber, Quincy, and everybody's favourite Lakers fan and king of Browns Twitter spaces, Colb.
An admitted Lakers fan.
Admitted Lakers fan. Admitted Lakers fan.
I'd love to know how you're a Lakers fan, but we can save that for later.
Well, we need to address this because Colb insinuated that I was a sellout for not wanting to cast the trade.
I didn't say you were a sellout. I just thought that was interesting. You ain't want your brother on the team. You know what I'm saying?
That's nuts. If I ask you to trade for Isaac Okoro, you don't want to do it. I'm like, oh yeah, well Colb don't want no more brothers on the team. He don't want to give his Dalton net for Isaac Okoro. That was insane. I was like, man. You would go
What you mean? You don't want your biracial brother on the team, man? You know? He's good. He's good. What's the problem?
He's good. He's not. I'm gonna trade you Jared Allen. Good.
Yeah, who are you trying to trade Jared Allen for?
Dalton Neck and Rui Hachimura.
Bro. Don't get me wrong, Rui at the Olympics was balling, but not enough to justify trading.
I'm like, man, call me when you got something for real, dog. What are you doing?
I love Cavs Twitter because every time I try to get somebody on the Cavs or get somebody from the Cavs, there's certain people from Cavs Twitter who just DM me immediately. It's like, I cannot stand you, dude. It's like, I know what you're doing. You're not even being serious. I know what you're doing.
It's the worst. It's like, it always falls like, oh man, the Lakers really need this. And then all of a sudden he's like, hey man, the Lakers will be willing to work a trade out for you. Like, don't block his number. Okay.
My best friend is a Lakers fan, so I've had to deal with all the kind of stuff that he. I mean, it's just annoying how they get everyone they want, and that's what worries me. Because Colb jokes now, but if we're being honest, if they want him, they'll probably somehow end up getting him because it's the Lakers, and they always seem to get their way.
No, guys, I watched them start. What's his name? For the longest, they had to start. Oh my God, was it Jordan Farmar? No, Jordan Farmar was actually on the good version of the Lakers. I'm talking about Jordan Clarkson. Yeah. I've seen them had to start them. Look, they had a long period of not prosperity in LA, and low key still are in that era of non-prosperity. If it weren't for the bubble ring that they had gotten.
You a hater on the bubble ring?
He's 100% a hater on the bubble ring, by the way. 100% a hater.
I'm not a hater on the bubble ring. I'm just saying the bubble ring, it counts as a legitimate ring, but also it's different. Right? Like, everybody else's ring got diamonds. Your ring got platinum in it. I don't understand. Like, it's just a little different. Like, it's the one ring that everybody's going to be like, oh, yeah, LeBron did win that one in 20 years.
I'm going to remember it. That's the only thing that matters to me.
You going to remember it, and you will bring it up. Be like, oh, yeah, LeBron did win a championship technically with the Lakers. Like...
I feel like it can be argued both ways in terms of, because it was the only one that was in that situation and in that scenario. Mm-hmm. But obviously, as a Cavs fan, I'm not going to give as much credit to the Lakers.
In WrestleMania during the pandemic, like, yeah, you did it, but did you do it? Like,
Okay, first of all, you can't blame us. If you want to blame somebody, blame Rudy Gobert. It's his fault, first of all.
Hey, look, you can blame whoever you want to. I'm just saying, like, that ring still at the end of the day feel like made event in WrestleMania during the pandemic, because that's kind of what it was, right? Like, it's like, yeah, tree fall down in the forest, nobody hear it. Did it really fall?
But it did, because you watched it fall, because they broadcast all the games. You saw all the games.
Yeah, but don't nobody remember anything that happened in COVID.
Hey, no, that's not true, because we definitely.
I remember Jamal Murray. I remember Jamal Murray.
The initial game when they were going off. We definitely remember that. That was crazy.
Well, I remember Jamal Murray for other reasons as well, but
percentage of threes since that game in the playoffs.
Hey, no, I forgot Jamal Murray had that situation happen during the pandemic. Wild time, the pandemic.
So I'm like, the ring counts. LeBron has 4 rings. But if we power rank them rings, dog.
I mean, yeah, that's the least important one.
G League level of like the rings you care about.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's that one Heat ring. There's like what the second Heat ring matters because it was the Ray Allen shot. Obviously, the most important was the 2016 Cavs one.
Yeah.
And then you got that ring they got versus Oklahoma City, which was like the lowest tier LeBron ring. And then you got that Lakers ring, which is like, hey man, that's not even gonna be a whole episode in his documentary. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, remember LeBron got that ring? Yeah, cool.
Actually, it is going to be a full episode because technically he has spent the most time of his basketball career on the Los Angeles Lakers, which I think is just
that's
ridiculous.
crazy.
Which is actually kind of
so
like ridiculous.
Crazy. That is
so actually
crazy.
True. Like I'm not making that up. That is a fact.
Is it consecutive time? Like if you add up the 7 years in Cleveland, plus like the 11 years in Cleveland?
Yeah, like he's
consecutive because he hasn't been in Lakers.
Oh yeah, I was going to say because how many
consecutive years?
Oh,
yeah. He's been a Los Angeles Lakers the longest, and I think that's weird to actually think.
You know why it's weird, Cole? Because you remember way less about that time period with him on the Lakers than you do with him on the Heat or the Cavs, which is to say, that's my point.
Do you think he will be remembered? Obviously, we're all Cavs. Well, other than Colb, but as Cleveland fans and fans of Cleveland sport, do you think that he will be viewed as a Cleveland Cavalier, like by the national kind of sense, or do you think he'll be viewed, well, not as a Lake, but do you think it will be kind of more spread out?
He's a Cavalier.
Yeah, it will either be like he's too big to be associated with one team, or he's just a Cavalier forever, right? Like let's put it like this: when LeBron does his retirement tour, that Cavs game is going to be one of the most important games on the schedule, right? Like every game he plays in Cleveland will be super important. The Miami game will be important. The last Laker game, it will be important because it's LeBron's last game, right? But will it be important because it's LeBron's last game at crypto.com arena? No.
No.
Is it still crypto.com?
It is still crypto. I don't call it that. It's Staples Center forever to me.
Yeah, it's Staples.
It's Staples Center forever to me. I don't really care. The thing about this is that like he won't be remembered as a member of the Miami Heat or the Lakers because he's not the greatest player on either of those franchises.
Who's the greatest Heat player?
Dwayne Wade.
He's the most talented. He's better than Dwayne Wade, but I understand the argument of D Wade, the connection he has with the city more.
He's been there longer.
He's not Miami's. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the only team he really belongs to. Like
is the Cavs.
I always make this joke. Maybe we're a bit out our demographic with this one. But the Cavs got baby mama power over LeBron James. Like, we the franchise he had his kids with. So he'll always come home. That's the relationship that the Cavs have with him. That's what they had. He went away he had the 7 years when he was with the Cavs, went away for 4. It was like, it ain't gonna be right, so I get it right with them. And right with us, and now he happy. Right? Got on, married the Lakers. We happy. Like, oh yeah, we done moved on to we all good with you. Ain't no reason to run this back again. Right?
I was about to say this is a crazy analogy, except for the fact that Bronny's first game as a professional basketball player was in Cleveland, and you would have thought he was playing for the Cavs when he checked in.
Look who get hyped for Bronny. It ain't even Laker fans. It's Cavs fans out here. Like,
yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
Bronny a run. Because that's the kind of situation that it is, right?
It was so awkward too, bro. It was awkward because he checks in and the entire arena starts going crazy. And I know the Cavs players were like, bro, we up by 25. Like, what the fuck is going on? Y'all didn't even cheer when we were winning the game. Like, what's going on?
They were like, "Thank you for getting us to this point where Tristan Thompson is in, and he's going to get scored on by Bronny James."
Did he score? Did he score in the game?
He did score in that game.
No, they were nuts. They did.
I mean, he was born. Is he the only kid that was born when LeBron was playing in Cleveland, or
in Cleveland, right? Like,
I think they all were born. I think they're all born in Cleveland.
Zuri probably more of a Miami baby, right, than the other two. But yeah, I mean, it's not even that them kids from Cleveland. It's just that, hey, look, man, we own the LeBron stuff. Right?
Yeah.
The LeBron legendary stuff, the documentary, his color scheme, all that shit gonna be wine and gold, right? Like that is uniquely connected to us. Every bit of the LeBron story is connected to with us. And when he leaves Cleveland that second time, that's really the end of like the true LeBron zeitgeist, where it's like, oh yeah, LeBron is just dominating the league in this way that we've never seen before. It's like he was still very, very good for his age, but it just became a story about how is he still good, right? Whereas like when he was on the Cavs, it was like, can LeBron get this ring? And we were having all of these legacy conversations, and he was the main character of the NBA. By the time he had went to LA, that became Steph, right? That became everything else that was going on in the league. Not to say that LeBron didn't have a say in that conversation, but you know, obviously he just ain't got it no more like that. And it was sad watching him go out in 5 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm like, the magic is over.
The Minnesota Timberwolves who are getting their ass beat by the Oklahoma City Thunder.
That scenario I didn't want to be in with the Pacers, where I'm like, we lose to the Pacers and then the Knicks won them. I'm like, oh, so we stink. Like, okay, cool. Cool. I'm like, at least the Pacers having the same stuff that happened to us happened to the Knicks. I'm like, all right, see, not just us. Okay, cool. Other people will be miserable because of this. But yeah, it's the LeBron thing. That's the best way I could describe it. Cleveland has baby mama powers over LeBron.
If I was him, not even gonna lie, if I was him, the retirement tour, feel like you need to do that in Cleveland.
Yeah, for a number.
Would you want that?
Cleveland, but
so like as a Laker fan, so Kobe was my favorite player, right? It's not gonna feel right. It's not gonna feel right if he does the retirement tour as a Laker, because Kobe would play for the Lakers for 20 years. Like, he has to do his retirement tour as a member of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted that. Mm-hmm. LeBron doing it as a Laker, it's like, bro, we not even gonna view you as a Laker
doing his retirement tour on the Washington
Clip. Or the Wizards or the Clip. He was on the Clippers, wasn't he?
Sad way out.
I thought it was the Wizards. It was one of them teams that wear red, white, and blue. Nobody cared about.
He was on the Clippers when his last year was on the Clippers, and that's when Draymond said that, like, we don't love you like that. You think you Kobe? We don't love you like that.
It's wild to say. You don't got to deal with that man next year.
He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong.
Yeah, Draymond wasn't wrong. He didn't have to say it.
He didn't have to say it. But it's Draymond. You know he's gonna say the thing he's not supposed to say.
Yeah, but
9 times out of 10 he will.
LeBron, though, that we forget about these farewell tours. Oftentimes, we're just going to remember the few key dates, right? Jordan had his farewell tour on the Wizards, of all places, right? But it's like, when you search up Jordan's last year, what you searching up? That last game at the United, right? Like, that's all you care about. And with LeBron, it's going to be like, okay, maybe some people will have interest in that last game in Miami, but let's be real. What's the game that always gets made a big deal when LeBron plays? It's always the Cavs game.
Oh, you know that Cavs game is gonna that last game in Cleveland will be the last game that is played
that's
in
gonna
the
be
NBA
the one
that season.
Yeah, that's gonna be the one Kevin Love at, right? That's gonna be the one where Tristan
Kyrie gonna be there.
Like, the front row is gonna have all the play. They're not gonna show up to that last. Well, they might show up to that last game in LA just because it's in LA, and it's LeBron's last game. But they will probably make that game in Cleveland, right? Like
his last regular season game will absolutely be played in Cleveland, Ohio.
And LeBron 100%. Is shooting that ball 50 times, and he's getting 60. Okay,
as he should.
Like, he's getting 60, and
he getting the Kobe treatment. He's getting the Kobe treatment.
Play that game, bro. Leave that up to Craig Porter Jr. Okay. Wow, I get to play in LeBron's last game. Sure, buddy.
He'll be in one of the photos, you know, like the who is it in the photo of when when LeBron breaks the records? Who is it at center?
Thomas Bryant calling for the
Calling
ball.
for the ball, and it's like he is forever good. I would have, if I was Thomas Bryant, I'd have that in my house, just on the wall, that photo of me in that moment. You know, arguably one of the greatest moments in the sport.
Yeah, Tristan Thompson, welcome to your Kodak.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Travers, this will be the most important game you will ever play in. Hey, Imani Bates, let's see what you got, baby.
Let's be real. Imani Bates will not be on the team with that happens.
Hey, Jalen Tyson, here you go.
Jalen Tyson, certainly in for a shout.
Yeah, what if Dean Wade is still here? This is what Dean Wade will be doing next year, right? Like this is the kind of stuff that you were built for. But
Do you think it's next year then? Do you think next year's the farewell?
I think what LeBron's going to end up doing is they're going to play that last game in Cleveland next year, or you're going to see that pop up. He's not going to announce he's going to retire because I don't think a retirement tour feels right in LA, and I think he's aware of the whole narrative of LeBron and wouldn't feel right. But then, like, he's going to announce probably like a week before that Cleveland game or 2 weeks before that Cleveland game. This is it for me, right? Unless the Lakers make the playoffs, right? Which obviously honestly, Colb, it would be better for LeBron's legacy for y'all not to make the playoffs, so that could just be a clean end. Because could you imagine if Kobe had that last game and it had to get bounced at 4 as the 8th seed?
Yeah, it would have a different ring to it. It would certainly have a different ring to it.
It wouldn't feel magical, right? So I need y'all, Luka, take the year off. Don't make the playoffs. Don't get a center in the offseason and just let that one ride out. Maybe y'all got draft picks still? There's no way y'all got draft picks.
Oh no, we do actually have draft picks because they only traded one to get Luka. So we
Yeah, but
you traded
you traded the other 10 in all the other trades in the last few years, surely.
What do y'all have next year? Do y'all have like y'all first unprotected?
No, so I think this year they don't have their first. I think next year they have their first. And there was another pick. I think the pick that people wanted was the 2031 pick. They had traded that for Mark Williams, but obviously they nixed that trade. So they still have that pick to trade.
Yeah, they have their 2026 first outright.
Yeah.
Imagine they losing and lucky. It's like the number 1 overall pick.
Don't let it happen. Don't let us
I was
get
going to say, who's that guy coming out next year?
Happens to Luke, to the Lakers. Like, this is the brand of it where it's like incredible fortune befuds them. Or some team decides, hey, man, we don't want the number 1 overall pick this year. Here's James Worthy. Here's James Worthy.
Well, there's that kid out of BYU coming out next year, isn't there? So, and everybody's getting quite hyped up. So, if they luck into, that would be the most Lakers thing to happen.
Hall of Fame bag getter a year. Well, I saw that man at the Church of Latter-day Saints. I'm like, oh, he's getting the bag. Okay.
I think it's hard for most people's thoughts not to go to how much money he was getting paid to see him in some of those things.
Hey, look, he's setting the tone right now. I'm getting the Supermax.
That's a man who wants to get paid.
You don't think he's going to take a discount? You don't think he's going to take a discount?
Anybody willing to go to Utah to play basketball? Because the money is right. Like, think about all the stuff Utah has not been able to make happen because they've been offering money and nobody want to take it because they don't want to play in Utah, right? All of that. This dude is the first brother to be like, nah, give me that bag. Okay? Yeah, that man gonna have to be ruthless. What you mean? Like Jay-Z level ruthlessness at the negotiation table. He's getting it all. He gonna find a way to get a mega max. Okay? Like, what?
Oh yeah,
They were trying to, because he's from.
play for the Jazz.
Is he? I think he's from Utah, isn't he? And they were trying to do the whole like, he's coming because he wants to come home. It's like ain't no one believing that. Like no one is believing that.
Is he from Utah? There's no way.
I think he's near. I'm pretty sure.
What's his name again?
I might be way off.
He's from Massachusetts. Okay, that makes more sense. He's from Massachusetts.
Your escape from Massachusetts is Utah?
How different is it, honestly?
I mean, it got a lot less stuff there, Colb. At least in Massachusetts, there's stuff. There's trains to New York. right? Like there's trains to Philadelphia, DC. You are within the range of other people. Utah is a retreat. Like I don't believe people are supposed to be living in Utah.
Hold on. So okay, so this is conspiracy, full blown conspiracy, right?
Oh, no.
Okay, so he's from Massachusetts. Clearly, he's a Celtics fan. Because you can't be from Massachusetts and not be a Celtics fan. Right?
How you know he ain't one of them Knicks fans?
He's not no Knicks fan. Come on, bro.
Yeah, they got them up there in Massachusetts.
So the Utah Jazz are terrible, right?
Yeah.
Who's the general manager for the Utah Jazz?
Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge,
This goes back to your hatred of Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge, who is a famous Boston Celtic and was the general manager of the Boston Celtics forever. Mm-hmm. That man go end up on the Utah Jazz.
We checked this about Cooper Flag though. And Cooper Flag found his way to Dallas.
Dallas,
which is crazy.
Well, you know why he ended up in Dallas.
Hey, they gonna get him down there. They gonna wonder why he don't got an accent. It's gonna be the first time in his life. They be like, wait, he doesn't have an accent? He's from here? Oh, I don't know if this is like Dirk. Like,
listen, man. The Lakers get Luka, all of a sudden they get Cooper Flag. Like, come on, bro.
Oh, it's so. I mean, they're running out of it. I mean, you think of all Patrick Ewing, LeBron, D Rose, and now I mean, literally that happens to Luka, and then they get Cooper Flag.
NBA draft lottery conspiracy theories. One. Okay, LeBron goes to Cleveland. People point to that one. How did that happen? Well, the Cavs were terrible, right? That's how that happened. The Cavs were god awful. They got LeBron. That makes sense. You know what doesn't make sense? We got Kyrie Irving. Like,
LeBron goes to Miami. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
Cavs get Kyrie.
It's rigged. It's got to be rigged.
Rigged. We got like 2 first-round picks back to back right before. See, now you convincing me of bullshit, and I don't like this, Colb.
I'm just telling you. I got another one for you. Anthony Davis forces his way to the Los Angeles Lakers. Who gets the number 1 overall pick that year?
Oh yeah.
New Orleans Pelicans. They get Zion.
Okay, there have been times when a superstar has forced their way off a roster, and that team has not gotten the number 1 overall pick. Case in point, the Cavs got no recompense for when LeBron left the second time.
True.
He went to
LA.
He went to the Lakers. Yeah, he went to the Lakers.
So you think the NBA would be grateful for that? So why did we end up with Jason Tatum?
Probably because the Cavs got the number 1 overall pick like 2 years back to back. It's like, okay, it's looking a little crazy.
The Cavs got the number 1 overall pick far too often for this to be rigged. Like, because nothing that's rigged is going to favor Cleveland.
Yeah, good point. That is a good point.
Like, nothing is rigged. Like, this is a lot of like, hey, it favors Cleveland. Like, for me to be like, oh yeah, it's rigged, right? If we had the draft lottery luck at the Utah Jazz, okay, yeah, I would feel you, right? Like, but like, nah, we've been too fortunate. We're like the most fortunate lottery team in NBA history.
Low key.
Like, it makes no sense how we have gotten this lucky. So that's my argument against the draft lottery. Is like, it makes sense when you look at a few names, but then you look at Zion going to the Pelicans, and you like, no way the NBA wanted that. New York was right there.
Yeah.
New York was right there.
I think it's one of those things where it's like,
bro, New York would have gotten the number 1 overall pick like 8 times if it were up to the NBA.
yeah. It feels like a coincidence. No, sorry, it feels like it can't be a coincidence, but it's one of those things that, like, as you said, when you start looking at every draft and actually take away just the examples that we're thinking about, it's like, okay, yeah, maybe it is actually just a funny coincidence, but it is just, there's definitely, stuff there for people to do the conspiracy.
Like, NBA teams do farm it too a little bit more than they do in the NFL, because I think the lottery leads to more tanking, because now you're like, well, all we need to do is not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're going to tank more? Like, more teams are going to tank? Where in the NFL, maybe like 3 teams are shitty enough to tank? Like, so is what
obviously the talk's been brought up the last week about, should the NFL have a lottery? Would you be for that or against that?
Absolutely. That's the worst part. Okay, so we're Browns fans, right? So think of it like this. We won 3 games all year. And we have the number 2 overall pick without the lottery. Imagine if the Cleveland Browns win 3 games and we get the 9th pick.
and I want to bring this up. In football, there is no easy way to lose that much, right? Like losing that much takes a toll on you. It might not. In the NBA, you can tell John Wall to go home and relax. Let me tell you, it does not fly in football, right? Like you can't just Myles Garrett take the season off. No, that's not about to happen. Myles got to play. So yeah. Look, you win 3 games in the NFL, you deserve the pick that you get because clearly you need it, right? I've never seen a team get a top pick that I'm like, that don't even make sense for them to get that pick unless somebody did something stupid to trade them that pick. But if you lose outright and get that pick, nah, brother, you needed it. Like even the 49ers, they got the 11th pick of the draft. Everybody like, nah, they needed that pick. Like, they about to play Purdy. It's about to get tough. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely the point. It's a lot harder to lose as you said, to want to lose in the NFL. You can't convince 53 guys to go out there and want to lose every week. Whereas in the NBA, it's
to convince somebody to lose. Just tell Deion Waiters to shoot more. Like that's all you got to do. Like you ain't got to do that much. You ain't got to convince. You got to convince so many people to lose on purpose in the NFL. Like it's like, and oftentimes you aren't even like close to being that bad that you could just lose on purpose, right? Like.
Yeah, you can lessen the odds of winning slightly. You know, you get teams that if they start 0-7, they might, be more willing to rest players for longer and stuff like that. But
the Giants won games by accident at the end of the season, right? Like they was not trying. The Giants and the Raiders were accidentally winning. Like,
hey, shout out the Patriots too. Shout out the Patriots.
Shout out the Patriots.
They started Joe Milton. It was like, damn. He turned into Josh Allen for one game. Like,
I think that's why Browns fans wanted to trade for him because of obviously what he did for the Browns.
Let's bail them out their mistake. Like,
yeah.
Nah, we're good. We're good. It's okay.
But one of the things I wanted to ask you guys
are less excited about Shedeur Sanders than like if they would have traded for Joe Milton with that same pick. And I'm just like, I'm glad they didn't trade that pick to get Joe Milton.
Oh, definitely, 100% agree.
With 100%. I'm happier with Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round pick. For a 5th round pick that I would have been for Kirk Cousins. And I was one of the main people be like, hey, it makes sense. Right? Like, so yeah, if we want to go shift to the Browns, we can talk about the quarterback situation there, but it's funny to me how like when it's the Browns, people go out their way to find a way to like make the least sense possible. And I'm like, the Browns have no quarterback. Why are y'all out here like, well, they got 5 on the roster. How many snaps are there going to be? We've played like 6 quarterbacks the last 2 years because nobody's good in that room or has proven that they're good. So, like, why does it matter if the Browns bring in extra guys? Like, that's just the difference between would you rather play Shedeur Sanders at the end of the year or Tyler Huntley?
Shedeur Sanders is the answer to that question.
You want Tyler Huntley in? You want him to go see what's up with Kellen Mond? Like,
I'm okay. Please don't say that name. Please don't say that name.
see how my man's doing out there in the spring league, man.
Don't he plays for the team that I picked for my team to support in the spring league.
Man.
Yeah,
it was brutal to start the year. I remember watching him like, ooh, he stinks. Like,
yeah, he's not been very good.
What's the Browns record this year?
Oh, we're worst team in the entire league.
Man, the tough thing about the UFL, there is no number 1 overall pick.
That's the thing, and it's so much easier to lose interest. I'll be honest. Like I started last year when the inception. Me and my mates were like, all right, we have to pick a team.
In 5 games.
Not good.
Dang. They don't even show the interceptions. He got 1 fumble loss. I know he got interceptions. Yeah, Kellen Mond.
They went to the championship last year, the Brahmas.
They are the Dallas Mavericks of the UFL.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they lost the coach. They lost like most of the players.
They are the Dallas Mavericks. They got rid of their quarterback for no reason. They can still sign him. I don't think he got a job right now. Like, they can still sign him. Nope. They just moved on. It's such a strange situation out there. But let me get back onto topic here. What did you want to focus on?
Well, I mean, you mentioned the quarterbacks. That's something that obviously I was going to talk about. So we can start with the quarterbacks, of course. You kind of touched on it there. for me, I view that, everyone. I have a circle of NFL fans. None of them are Browns fans. You could probably guess that. Most of them are, Giants, Jets, Packers, 49ers. They were all laughing at me, kind of like, wow, why would you draft two quarterbacks? And, my argument back to them was kind of, as you said, we don't have a quarterback. Why would you not take as many shots at that position as you can? But, regarding obviously drafting both of them, what was your initial reaction in terms of, that aside of obviously when you can think about it from that kind of view. What was just your initial reaction in the moment when obviously the Browns drafted Dylan Gabriel and then went on to draft Shedeur Sanders, 2 rounds later?
See, that's the thing that I think a lot of people get caught up on, right? They took Dylan Gabriel before they took Shedeur Sanders. I am not as low on Dylan Gabriel as a lot of people seem to be, but like I am not as high on Dylan Gabriel as the Browns seem to be.
Yeah.
I try to put myself in Andrew Berry's mind, right? And I'm like, well, in Kevin's mind too. I'm thinking, they want to play a lot of defense. They want to play low turnover football. Mm-hmm. If you look at all the quarterbacks in the draft, who's the safest with the football? It's Dylan Gabriel. And he has enough experience to where you think, hey, there's a chance that he could be plug and play for you if you need it to be. That's also why Kenny Pickett's here, because what's Kenny Pickett? Low turnover football, right? Like not a lot of production, not a lot of appeal to that, but low turnover football is what Kenny Pickett plays. And that's what the Browns feel like they can ride to success, is playing this kind of grueling physical style of football that's not going to be very attractive while also playing really physical defense. I mean, just look at where they focus these picks at, right? A defensive lineman, a linebacker, a tight end, and 2 running backs. What that look like they about to do all year? Right, like those are all fighting positions, right? Like those are all positions, and then with 2 quarterbacks, right? Those are all positions that line up in the box. So that's gonna be the Browns' plan, and they feel like Dylan gives them the best chance to operate that plan. I ultimately don't know what it was that gave the whole NFL such cold feet on Shedeur. We know in the draft, sometimes these things can happen for good reason. Sometimes these things happen for reasons that are stupid, right? This feels like a stupid reason for Shedeur Sanders falling in the draft. But also, you know how it is, right? Somebody start falling in the draft. Now you like, what they know we don't know. Does he have a case on him? And then like the paranoia ramps up. You only have so much time to make the pick. So maybe that's the phenomenon that happened, and maybe the Browns were scared off of it. They did tell him they were going to trade back into the 4th to go get him after they got Dylan Sampson. Or maybe there was something legitimately there in the interview process that was like alarming enough to where you didn't want to draft them to put them in position to be the face of your franchise day one, which I can understand, right? Shedeur Sanders and everything that comes with the Sanders family is a lot. Boy, if you would have drafted that number 2 overall, they was ready to show you how much that was going to be, by the way. Did you see that draft party? Like, I watched that draft party. I'm like, see, this is why he couldn't go in the first round.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the celebrities, bro. Everything.
Hey, dog.
Everything, bro. I was like,
that chain got to be worth his entire rookie contract. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, that man was ready to show you everything about what made you nervous. I'm like, hey, bro, you got it. Even Cam wasn't like that coming out of Auburn, and Cam is the one prospect I think that could operate like that and be Cam Newton, and people will be like, oh man, well, it's Cam. That's just kind of how he rocks, right? There's respectability politics that obviously play into this, especially if we're talking about the more intricate politics of him being a black quarterback, which has its history in the NFL. Like, there's a lot of things that are collaborating, right? The ego of Deion Sanders and the weight of Deion's presence, right, in Shedeur's career, and what people are afraid of Deion, or what people are, nervous about what his impact could be, especially if you're like the Giants and you're in a vulnerable situation. I find it very easy to believe that Joe Sheen was like easily scared off of Shedeur.
Yeah.
He wanted to like Shedeur, right? Because Shedeur, he knew Dion could get him fired, right? Nobody like you, right? Like there's nobody, there's nothing entrenched there. You have no track record where you're the dude who lost Saquon. Dion get on that microphone and say, I think he needs a different direction. You gone. Like it's over. You had to be a team that had a little bit more entrenched to go take Shador. The Browns have more stability, which is crazy to say, but it is true. They have more stability, so they're more equipped to be able to handle this. But yeah, I think a lot of teams got scared off on the sillier stuff, and the reason they got scared off is self-preservation. Right, like on top of everything else, right? You know, they look at him with the giant chain and go, "Oh, that's not what I want my quarterback to do." Like doesn't matter. Your quarterback wear a giant chain. Like, do he wear it while he watching his iPad and doing the all too? Like, that's all I really care about. But you know, people are going to care a lot about these aesthetics when it comes to quarterback. The politics of looking like you care about the pre-draft process, which is a reality, right? For not just Shador or black quarterbacks, but just black people in the U.S. in general, right? We can't just show up to the interview, act like we got the job already. That's just never how that ever worked. Colb, you ever got a job like that?
Absolutely not. Not once.
Most
not once
you ever done, right? How you doing? I would like a promotion. Okay. So, like, you know, there are other things that played a factor into it, right? I think everybody's rushing to pick one on why he fell. I think it was a bunch of shit that made enough people uncomfortable to where everybody felt I don't know if I want to do this. And then it got stupid, right? Then it got real stupid. Like, once he fell out the day 2 of the draft, I'm like, this has gotten stupid, right?
Yeah, I was in the same boat. Yeah,
nobody's gonna get insane value at this point, right? It kind of reminded me of the Dwan Jones slide, where I'm like, all right,
yeah,
this is stupid. Now look at him, draft him, like this is crazy. So that's the kind of stuff that you wonder about with Shador. Is like, okay, well, how legitimate was some of the stuff? The tape is good with him, right? I thought he was the best, pocket passer in the class. Didn't think he had the most upside. That was Jalen Milroe, but I'm gonna be real with you, Cole.
Agreed.
He wearing 6 out there in Seattle. It looked real sauceless. I don't think it's gonna work.
Oh, you saw the jersey and you was done, huh?
I saw the swag and I saw him with the helmet on and he smiling all big and I was like, no, it might be cooked. Like, it don't look right. Then I see Shador at 12. I'm like, I didn't expect it to look right, but it looked right.
It does look good.
I'm like, that don't look like a player who stinks.
Good QB number, to be fair. Good QB number.
It is a great QB number.
He wearing the loose sleeves with it, too. I'm like, you know what? It looks right. He looked taller in the uniform. I'm like, okay, maybe this might work out. And that's just really Colb at this point. But
I was just about to say, I hate aura analysis so much. I hate it. I can't stand it.
You agree with me. I saw Dylan Gabriel in the Browns uniform, like, well, this is not going to last long. Okay. Who was drafted later? Like, Shador shit look like it's supposed to look like that. Dylan Gabriel stuff, like, boy, you look like you just made the team off the last second. You caught the last trade. You picked the last number.
We are forming opinions based purely on how they look in jerseys.
It's all we've got right now. It's all we've got.
You say what you want about this, Colb, but I was the first one to see Caleb Williams in 18 and go, oh no.
That is a great. I was a big Caleb guy, and when I saw him in the 18,
Caleb Williams, I saw him at 18. When I said 18 and he playing for the Bears, ooh, that's not good. That is not good. That's not good at all.
I can't stand this kind of analysis, but when it's right, it is funny. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not meant to be taken serious. Some people do take this kind of shit seriously.
Yeah.
I will say, what's the last time I looked at a number combination on a jersey and been like, ooh, that stinks, and then the player was good, was Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. But I'm gonna be real with you, took a leap when he wore 6. Right?
Yeah.
He did.
It changed. It was like, oh, that looked better, right? Not gonna lie, Mason Graham need to change that number before he starts the season, man, because I don't think 94 is it for him. Like, it don't feel right.
I mean, we get it. We get it over here with and obviously football, soccer. there are numbers that are iconic within positions and with certain teams and stuff like that. And it's the same kind of thing. Like if you've got an attacking midfielder wearing like 44, it's like, what is going on? And then they suddenly put on the 10 and it's like, oh wow, this guy looks even better than, he's playing exactly the same as he was in the 44, but because he's wearing the number 10 and he's got the Adidas Predators on now, it just looks a lot better than it does when he was in the 44 and the other ones.
What Jeff T say when Gilbert Arenas came out with the 9? It's like, ugh, I don't want
Where's the 0 go? Where did 0 go, man?
It don't feel right at all. What's the other one? Oh man, there was Tristan, I think, wore 9 for like a couple of years in Cleveland. And then that was like, ugh, don't let him play. He wearing 9. Yeah, man, I don't know what it is. It's just something about that number matching, and you looking at that and going, I can see you being good with that apparel. Where, it makes a difference, right? Like, I don't know who got the nastiest number that works. Like, even Donovan Mitchell's 45, I'm like, it fits. It kind of fits. 45.
It works weirdly. It weirdly works.
It works for him, right? What number did he wear in college? Because I don't think you could wear 45 in college, right?
I have to look it up. I have no idea what he wore.
Yeah, well, it's like, well, maybe he did wear 45 in college because I think Davion wore 45 in college too. So, because I think you can't go above 6 with any digit in college, which is the weird rule because you got to have like one hand be able to do the foul call thing for the refs. But yeah, it's like we're not being serious, but like, hey man, there is something too when you see him in the uniform. Let's be real here. Did Deshaun Watson ever look right? Did you ever look at Deshaun and go, ooh, that feels right? Right? But then you look at him in a Texas uniform, you're like, nah, the universe feels like they want that to happen.
Yeah, and especially not when he came out with like all, the first game, I think he had like every possible undergarment that you could have to obviously, because it was a cold game and to look a lot warmer. And as you said, you look at him in the Texans when he's just got the, the socks kind of not even up to his knees and the short sleeves and he's got the thing. And it's like, yeah, that does look, he looks like he should be playing better than what he did here.
He looks like he's going to be able to play some football. He going to Cleveland. He got some weird arch shit going in his back. He got to wear this QB sleeve you don't want to wear. It's like, oh man, there's no sauce here. Like, it's over. It's absolutely over.
As you said, it's not obviously a natural thing to be taken serious, but I completely agree. I mean, you've got to look the part.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers wearing 8. It don't feel. You don't fear it at all, do you?
And what's he done in 8?
He played at Cal, and he's played for the Jets with number 8 on, and you just be like, I ain't worried about number 8. Like, that ain't 12 out there. You imagine Tom Brady wearing 17?
TB 17.
Yeah, TV 17. He's not. His career doesn't go the same way. I promise you that. Like, I was talking about this. I'm like, hey man, it's a joke, but think about it like this: if we would have drafted Travis Hunter, what's Shador about to be out here wearing 15? Now it's over. Right? Like, you go in the 5th round and you wearing 15. What you Tim Tebow now? Go away. Go away. Like,
Tim did wear 15.
Yeah.
Tim did wear 15. I
But
forgot
it
about that.
Tim.
It worked for Tim. It worked for Tim.
It was a nasty number for somebody who played nasty football, right? Like, what? Was Peyton Hillis wore 44 or something like that?
Yeah.
40? Yeah. So dudes wear Carson Schlesinger. I'm like, 49 works for him. Like, you know? Like, but like, would it feel? I wouldn't feel right about it if like Mason Graham came out there wearing 7. Nah. You not a 7.
Defensive tackles can't wear single digits. I'm sorry. No. Defensive tackles cannot wear single digits.
Some defensive tackles can. Some.
Chris Jones can.
Chris Jones could wear single digits.
Okay, yeah. If you top 3 at your position,
if you are one of the best pass rushers on your team and you're a defensive tackle, you can wear single digits. Like Mike Hall wouldn't drive me crazy if he wore, because I think 51 works for him, but it would have driven me crazy if Mike Hall came out with like 8 or some shit like that. But like Jeffrey Simmons, you got to wear 90, right? Yeah. Like Mason Graham, wait till Cam get cut. You taking 99, son.
What did he wear at Michigan? What did he wear?
55.
55?
Now that's 55. Now, unfortunately, that's our center's number. It don't seem like he's willing to give that up without a bag being dropped. But look, Ashton Jeanty understood what the program was, man. He had to get 2. Okay,
Yeah,
like,
he had to get
well, we talked about this. I don't know if you've heard this before, but it was like, yeah, D Wade was on the podcast talking about we had a whole trade worked out to get CP3 on the Heat, and we talking out all the details and everything about how we gonna play together. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do for you, CP. And then somebody yelled out, "Who gonna wear number 3?" It got quiet. Messed up the whole trade.
The way he talked about it is like the trade was like getting close to being done, and then somebody asked that question, and then it just fell apart.
Yeah, just threw all the nope.
Well, I ain't wearing nothing. I ain't wearing 4. Like, think
It
about
matters.
the Dwayne Wade memory you remember with him not wearing 3. It matters.
It does matter. It does matter. If you were like let's say an NBA or NFL, if you were a star player, let's say, would you want to pick a number, like a famous number, obviously, you know, NBA 23, a number like that, or would you want to pick a random number?
Pick the number. The number picks you. That's the truth of. That's the art of it, right? You could try to force it and make it happen, but internally, you know, son, you ain't that number. That number don't make no sense for you. You not no number 0, right? Like that don't feel right. Everybody go, I don't know if that makes sense when you wear that number, right? The number selects you. Like you put the number on, you get inside that jersey. You like, I'm a 58 guy.
Yeah, there's only really been like 2 NBA players who changed their number and it worked. Because when Bron did 6. I was like, no, that's hard. That's hard. When he did the 6 in Miami, that was
Olympic
hard.
Number though?
I think that was his Olympic number.
The number chose him, right?
Yeah, I think that was his Olympic number. I think there's
Kobe 24. I don't know how Kobe got 24, but
Yeah.
that was an amazing change.
Yeah. 8 from 24, 100% worked. 100% worked.
8 to 24, different eras. Okay, that would worked out. Now, if he would have went 24 and got traded to like the Sixers, whole second half of the career not working. Okay, but who else changed? Oh, PG-13, yeah, man, that's not the same.
Oh, yeah.
Same guy. It's Paul George wearing number 24. It's just different. It's
It's not the same. It's not the
Kyrie
same.
wearing number 2 just feels different. Just feels different, especially that Cavs uniform, and they don't even wear them uniforms no more. But like the classics that they had when LeBron first came back, that's the Kyrie I will always remember.
Hey, no, the Cavs are also super nasty for letting Colin Sexton wear 2 immediately after Kyrie left.
The aura was never there with Colin
It was
Sexton.
super nasty. It was super nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
But like,
that was
you see
nasty.
Donovan Mitchell wear 45 in them new Cavs uniforms are like, oh, yeah, that and Evan Mobley's 4. That feels like it'd be around for a while, right? Like,
The only 4 in Cleveland we acknowledge.
oh, Jeremiah. Jeremiah.
What was that
Jeremiah.
that meme on Twitter that the person that tweeted out?
One day y'all gonna believe in 4.
Yeah, one day y'all gonna believe in 4.
Take that one back out because everybody's down to Evan Mobley. One day y'all gonna believe in 4. I'm gonna put nothing around it too, so everybody thinks I'm talking about Deshaun.
After the recent news, yeah. Well, news. Hey guys, Oliver here from the editing room. So I'm not going to lie, this was a pretty surreal moment for me. I've been big fans of Quincy and Colb for quite a while now. So to be able to talk some Browns and Cavs with them was really, really awesome. Great experience for me, hopefully for you guys as well. I did have some stuff written down that I wanted to go over, but I'll be honest, as soon as the conversation got going, I was having so much fun that I forgot about half of it. But with that being said, we still had a really fun and productive conversation about all things Browns, Cavs, the quarterback battle, uniform swag, how much Q hates Indiana, and so much more. We spoke for over 2 hours, a lot longer than I was expecting, so I was really happy with that. But because I don't quite have the same level of listening base, shall we say, that Q and Colb have, I wasn't going to release the full 2 hour plus conversation just as one video. I thought that would be a bit much. So this will be split into 2, maybe 3 parts over the next few days and the coming week. I hope you enjoy the conversation as much as I did, and make sure that you check out each part because I promise you don't want to miss any of it. But thanks again for watching, guys. Thanks to Q and Colb for lending me some time out of their very busy schedules. If you do enjoy my content, then please drop this video a like, hit the subscribe button. It's free, but it really helps out my channel. You can also check the links in the description to see where you can follow and interact with me on social media. As I always say, I'm trying to build a community of Cleveland Browns fans, and even if that means I only get to talk to one fan a day, I don't care. I'm happy because I'm talking Browns football with the best fan base in the world. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have an amazing weekend. Have an amazing bank holiday Monday for anyone here in the UK. But most importantly, go Browns.